Hi everyone, welcome back again to my channel. Okay, so now we are going to focus more on the um, still verbal communication expresses cultural views of gender. Now, we are already on the third part, which is the language shapes awareness. Okay, no worries. I'm going to provide you all the links on the description below so that you can really, keep track of the by order of the lesson so you won't miss anything. Okay, also I'm going to put this one on the playlist so it's not going to be very hard for you to keep track of the next lessons, so no worries about that. Okay, so language shapes awareness. Question, um how big do you think that language has an impact in our gender identity? Like, do you think that language itself is more than 50% impactful when it comes to molding and fostering our gender identity? Or is language something that we should just really take for granted? Comment on the comment section below. What are your thoughts about this one? Okay, so language shapes awareness. So naming is really important. You should all know that. In all aspects, names should always be given. Before we were born, our parents are already thinking of our names. Okay, some of them are on the spot naming, but names are very important. Labels are very important, not just in relationships, but also in the family, but also in how you handle yourself. What is your label to yourself? Are you the type of person whose hobbies are like this, whose characteristics are like that? So naming is really important. We give names to things that matter to us. We don't bother to name what doesn't matter. That's true. The power of naming is clear with sexual harassment and date rape. For most of history, sexual harassment occurred frequently but was unnamed. Because it wasn't named, sexual harassment was not visible or salient, making it difficult to recognize, think about, discipline, or stop. So during the old times, okay, uh, there's no such thing as sexual harassment. They really thought that part of the norm is to engage yourself in non-consent or unconsent sexual activities, because the name sexual harassment wasn't really made that before. So naming is not yet present by that time. And that's why naming is very important, because how are you going to identify something? How are you going to distinguish something? How are you going to compare something if there is no such thing as name? Just like in depression, before, people really take our mental health for granted. And so the word depression, they thought that depression is really, an under a statement or an adjective to describe someone's mood for this day. However, depression is a clinical disorder. Okay, it is like tuberculosis, it is like fever, cough, cold, and so on and so forth for the physiological side. And that's why, as the years go by, okay, mental health is already one of time by time given importance as well, and people have a lot of knowledge about what depression is. Okay, so naming is important. How about you guys and girls? How are you going to, or do you think that you yourself in your surrounding, you've put label already? Label in a sense that those are your boundaries. You know that this is not the right thing. You know that these are my characteristics and this kind of activity is not really for me. I'm good at this, I'm not good at that. That is also part of naming. Naming is part of setting up boundaries, setting up policies, setting up ethics. So naming is really important. Okay, so again, thank you so much for listening to this class. I know it's quite short, but no worries. I want to make sure that everything is concise and extensive at some point. So please subscribe to my channel. I am very happy that we've reached 500 already. And of course, click the like button and don't forget to click the bell button as well. See you guys and girls. Thank you so much. Bye.